the town that hid a secret for 40 years. In the summer of 1985, the small town of Elmswood was like any other in rural America, quiet, tight-knit, and seemingly untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Children rode their bikes down sun-dappled streets, neighbors exchanged pleasantries over white picket fences, and the town square buzzed with the chatter of the weekly farmers' market. But beneath this idyllic facade, Elmswood harbored a secret that began with the sudden disappearance of a young girl named Lily Thompson. Lily was 10 years old, with curly auburn hair and a smile that could light up a room. She was last seen playing in her backyard, chasing fireflies as dusk settled over the town. When her mother called her in for dinner, there was no answer. Panic set in as the hours passed, and by morning, the entire town was searching for her. Despite exhaustive efforts, Lily was never found. The official story was that she had wandered into the nearby woods and gotten lost, but whispers of something more sinister began to circulate. Some claimed to have seen a shadowy figure lurking near the Thompson residence that evening, while others spoke of strange noises echoing through the forest at night. The town's sheriff, a stern man named Harold Green, dismissed these rumors, insisting that there was no evidence of foul play. The case was closed, and life in Elmswood slowly returned to normal. But the memory of Lily's disappearance lingered, casting a long shadow over the town. Unbeknownst to the townspeople, a clandestine meeting took place shortly after Lily's disappearance. In the basement of the town hall, Sheriff Green convened with a select group of influential residents, business owners, clergy, and community leaders. They spoke in hushed tones about a secret that had been passed down through generations, a pact made long ago to protect the town from a malevolent force that resided in the surrounding woods. This entity, known only as the Watcher, demanded a sacrifice every 40 years in exchange for the town's prosperity and safety. The last offering had been made in 1945, and the time had come again. Lily's disappearance was not a tragic accident but a deliberate act to fulfill the pact. The group agreed to maintain the facade of innocence, bearing the truth to preserve their way of life. Decades passed, and Elmswood continued to thrive. New families moved in, unaware of the town's dark history. Among them was Sarah Miller, a young journalist seeking a quiet place to raise her daughter, Emily. Sarah was drawn to Elmswood's charm but couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The townspeople were friendly but guarded, and any inquiries about the town's past were met with evasive answers. Her curiosity piqued, Sarah began to investigate. She scoured old newspaper archives, interviewed longtime residents, and pieced together the fragments of Lily Thompson's story. The more she uncovered, the more convinced she became that the town was hiding something. One evening, while exploring the woods near her home, Emily stumbled upon a weathered stone altar, covered in moss and surrounded by strange symbols carved into the trees. She told her mother, who recognized the markings from her research. They matched descriptions of ancient rituals associated with the Watcher. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah confronted the town's elders during a council meeting. She presented her findings, demanding answers about Lily's disappearance and the mysterious altar in the woods. The room fell silent before Sheriff Green, now an old man, stood to speak. With a heavy heart, he confessed to the pact and the sacrifices made to protect the town. He spoke of the guilt that had haunted him for years and the fear that breaking the pact would bring ruin upon Elmswood. Sarah was horrified. She realized that the town's prosperity had come at an unimaginable cost. She vowed to expose the truth, regardless of the consequences. Sarah published her findings, and the story quickly gained national attention. Journalists descended upon Elmswood, and the town's dark secret was laid bare for the world to see. The revelation tore the community apart. Some residents fled, unable to cope with the guilt and shame. Others stayed, determined to atone for the sins of the past. The altar in the woods was destroyed, and a memorial was erected in Lily Thompson's honor. The town pledged to never again allow fear to dictate their actions. Sarah and Emily remained in Elmswood, working to rebuild the community and ensure that the mistakes of the past were never repeated.